Thanks for tuning in to this special edition of Steve-O's Music Madness. I have on the phone with me Kris Bell calling in from Nashville, Tennessee. Thanks, Kris, for taking the time.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, it's great to have you. I always told myself if I had to interview anybody or if I was going to start doing interviews, you was going to be the first one. We just heard the first two tracks from your new album titled The Day in the Dark. Started with The Bad Mother, and we just heard Hereafter. I have to tell you, Kris, I had a tough time picking what to start the show with, so I started with the first two songs. Great stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's 11 songs. What you have on there, every one of them could be a hit. I like to start asking, or I like to ask the first question is, would you introduce your band?
Yeah. I'm obviously Kris Bell. I play lead guitar and vocals. John Cooper on the bass guitar. Shane Sexton on the drums. I've been playing with those guys for 10 years now, and it's been great, man. We've had a great time recording and touring and playing out. We also got to give a shout out to my buddy Noel Holloway. He plays bass for us when we do some of our longer tours, and I've known him since I lived back in San Diego. We played in a band together, so I got a great group of guys, a great group of friends that we tour around with. Also, my stage manager, Shelly Watts, he's been with us for forever as well.
Awesome.
Kind of our do-everything guy. He runs sound, does lights, sets the stage up, does tear down, loads and unloads our trailer. He may not be on the stage with us every night, but he's just as much part of this band as any one of us is.
Awesome. Now, you were saying that about being from California, is that correct, when you said you played in San Diego? Is that right?
Yeah, I was born and raised out in San Diego.
Why the move to Nashville?
For music. I was in a band in San Diego, and, for a long time, over 12 years, and we did a lot of great things. We had toured, we showcased for labels, and it was a rock act just as similar to what we're doing, just straight up, American rock. And, it just, we worked hard. It just never really, just didn't really happen for us. And I think, you know, we kind of started fizzling a little bit, and people's priorities started changing, and, you know, lives took a turn, you know, different paths. And
Nice.
I really just wanted to concentrate on music. You know, I was working a full-time day job and doing music on, you know, going to practice at night and gigs on the weekends and stuff, and really wanted to just concentrate on making music a full-time career. And, you know, we had toured through Nashville, and, you know, I love the city, and my dad was from Louisiana and was kind of raised, you know, like a Southerner, I guess you could say. And I just figured, you know, there's really no better place that I wanted to move to and really concentrate on music. So we made the choice to pack up and move out here.
Awesome.
And it's been great. You know, I mean, cool thing about Tennessee is it borders like 8 states. So, you know, touring, you know, is I don't want to say easy, but it's very accessible to get from one place to another within a day's drive. So that makes it's very helpful that way.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, your new album, The Day in the Dark, has been out a few months, and you have been doing shows in several states supporting this new album. What has been a response from the fans that maybe some have seen you for the first time?
So far, it's been really good. Actually, we released this record on the 10th last month, so it's been out a little over a month now, and about a month exactly. And it's been the reception so far that I've gotten from people on social media and you know, that have come see our shows has been really, really positive. I couldn't be happier with it. You know, the people are sending messages saying how they relate to every song, and you know, it's the lyrical content is great, and you know, just really great compliments on the songwriting, the songs, and that's what we were shooting for. Was really to get this to move this record forward, you know, above and beyond the first record. And you know, we're proud of what we did on Turn It On, Turn It Up, but you always want to progress, and you know, I feel like we are progressing in a positive way.
Good deal. Now the album. You have 11 great tracks on this. Can you tell us some of stories behind on writing the music, lyrics, or anything like that for us to share?
Yeah, I mean, the song, I don't want to give too much away because you know, everyone kind of interprets the songs their own way. But as far as, you know, some of the stuff is pretty straightforward. You know, like Hereafter, you know, you could take that one, and that one's really just, I wrote that one basically about, I lost both my parents, you know, earlier, and I lost my dad in '98 and lost my mom in 2006, and so that song was basically kind of like, you know, just me missing them and hoping to see them again, and you know, that's really kind of where the lyrical content of that stemmed from. You know, if you go down like, you know, life's lessons is just a reflective look on the journey through life and the things that people go through, and seems like it's kind of a, you know, revolving door of, you know, joy and sorrow in a way, you know, just how you kind of navigate, you know, through the challenges of your life.
Yeah.
You know, the missing was inspired. I wrote that song about child abuse and abduction through. I kind of was just, you know, inspired by some of the sad stories that we've heard on the news over the recent years of kids going missing, you know, and you know, it's a tragedy really. So that was kind of what inspired me to write that one. You know, Better Enemies is about, you know, old friends, you know, that have parted ways for whatever reason. But, you know, I mean, everyone, I think, can relate to that song in a way where, you know, they've had great friends that they've grown up with or have been friends with for years and years, and you have some sort of falling out. And to rekindle that friendship, or, you know, to let them know that, hey, you know, years have passed, maybe we should bury the hatchet, or, you know, I'm still thankful for that time that we had, you know, that we shared together in our lives. You know, that sort of thing. But, you know, a lot of the songs, you know, it really just depends on the listener, on how, you know, they interpret the lyrics of what, you know, what they mean to them. That's the cool thing about music. You know, it's subjective. So, you know, someone's going to view a song one way while someone else is going to relate to it a completely different way.
Right. Yeah, it's Like I say, I couldn't pick out a bad song on this. Very good job. It has been 5 years, I think 5 years, since your last album, Turn It On, Turn It Up. Was you took a time off, or did you want to make sure your next album was going to be there? I mean, better than everything else in the world.
Well, yeah, no, we didn't take any time off. It's just, we released Turn It On, Turn It Up in 2010, and then we kind of really pushed that for a couple of years.
Okay.
And, so the plan wasn't, I didn't want to release a record right away, but, when we started writing, the songs for this record, in 2011, and we actually started laying down, rough tracks at the end of 2011. But, being a solo, independent, artist, I was, paying for a lot of this stuff on my own. So, raising the capital, scheduling studio time, at the same time, we were still trying to promote Turn It On, Turn It Up, playing shows, and, so it took a long time. I mean, we recorded The Day in the Dark over the course of, 3.5 years and, 4 different studios.
Yeah.
So, we had my good friend, Jeff Koval, who engineered this record as well as the last one. He lived in Nashville here, so we kind of hopped around studios. We worked at Wilderside for a little while. We went to the Castle, worked there for a little while. We recorded some of the drums and bass up at Sputnik Sound. We took a day or a weekend where we did that, and then we finished up the rest of the record up in Cleveland. He had moved to Cleveland.
Wow.
Last year, and opened up a studio up there with a buddy of his, Scott Hansen, called Wildwood. And so I went up there, and we finished up, basically the whole record, vocals and some guitars up there. So, it just took a long time to, to schedule, to get in the studio, to get the stuff mixed, to do the artwork. I mean, but at the same time, some of the songs that we started with in 2011 that were going to go on this record, we ended up scratching for other songs that I hadn't even written yet,
Oh, wow.
And, so I think as the time went on, it was a good thing that we took longer because we got some of the best material on this record.
Right. That is totally awesome. Now, I heard you talking about, that it does take money to do this job, and also heart. What kind of advice would you give the younger people that is wanting to get in this music scene and make a career out of it? What kind of advice would you give them?
Perseverance. Stick. Just there's so much. The thing is, there's so much that you have to do. As an independent artist, you obviously have to have capital. You have to have money in order to advertise your stuff and to record your stuff. To travel to the next town. You got to have money to put in the gas tank if you're touring.
Right.
Booking shows it can be difficult and daunting. Practice.
Yep.
Learn your instrument very well. Be an accomplished musician as far as when it comes to how to play your instrument. Like I said, there's so much connections. Meeting the right people. But I think above and beyond everything, really having the dedication and the perseverance to kind of, keep pushing forward because there's a lot of rejection in this business. It's a hard business. But you got to be true to yourself and what you want to do, and push as far as you can to make those dreams and those goals happen. Good
deal. That's good advice. So, besides Facebook, where else can we check out the Kris Bell Band at?
Obviously we're all over social media. My website is krisbellmusic.com with the K, Kris Bell. There is another Kris Bell who actually plays blues. He's out of Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Spells his with the CH. So sometimes that's confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're on Twitter. I'm at Kris Bell Music. YouTube, youtube.com/Kris Bell Music. We're on Google Plus. So we're all over the main stuff, the main social media outlets.
Good deal. Well, Kris, I'm going to thank you for your time, and to the rest of the band, keep the music coming, and hope to see you soon, my friend. So,
thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time to have me on your show.
All right, I'm gonna get back to some more music from your album. This is called "The Days in the Dark."
The look on your face, you seem so afraid. You're hiding your eyes as you swear to me there is nothing going on with him. But I know you better than you know yourself. I saw the signs, I tried to help. You pushed me away for someone else. Here I am, a broken man, I'll never be the same. Here we stand, we lost each other somewhere along the way. How can I be strong when I feel so weak? The scars on my heart, they're on so deep, and this rage keeps growing with every beat. Each beat, here I am, a broken man, I'll never be the same. Here we stand, we lost each other somewhere on the way. Can't go back, change the past and take the pain away. Now my like a bird that cannot fly. Best friends make better enemies. Lord, I don't know why. Oh, but I won't forget you. Know that we're better. Maybe one day we'll meet again. Talk like old friends do. Trade pictures of our children. Write a song or two. Just me and you. I won't forget you. Know that we're better. All that it meant to me. All the good, the bad, and everything in between is hard to believe. Now, my friend, well, I guess this is the end. We will never be what we once were again. Well, I guess that's for the best. We live well enough alone. We're both better off on our Well, I won't forget you. No, I won't. I won't forget you. No, I won't forget you. Oh no, I won't forget you. Oh no, the world around me, it feels so cold. I try to stand, but I can't hold this weight on my shoulders. It's pushing down on me. So heavy this burden, it makes it hard to break. Can you help this will all go away. Can you help me out? Take this all from me. Can you hear me now? I am your son, hear me. Let's cross the cross I bear. Let's cross the cross I bear. I need your love, I need your eyes. I need you now, give me a sign. Can you help me out? Take this all from me. Can you hear me now? I am your son indeed. Father, can you help me out? Take this all from me. Mother, can you hear me now? I am your son, hear me. Let's cross the cross I bear. Let's cross the cross I bear. Let's cross the cross I bear. Let's cross.
All right, you just heard The Day in the Dark, Better Enemies, This Cross, off of the new album by Kris Bell, The Day in the Dark. I'm going to end the show with a great song from his 2010 album, Turn It On, Turn It Up. With over 10,000 views on YouTube, here is Living for Tomorrow.
Life is much too short to get all hung up. You know the drama go cry to your mama 'cause I about heard it enough. A lot of shit's been said, so let me make it clear. You may think you know, but you have no idea. I'm living for tomorrow. I'm not looking back on yesterday. Yeah, I'm living for tomorrow, and I'm moving forward today. Today. Every time I see your face, it brings me back around to everything you did and all the shit you said and how it all went down. I'm just trying to make it through hell, find my way. If you don't like it, change the channel, turn the dial